Welcome, guys. Make sure you've got a wall nearby that you can put your legs up and do some stretches in a moment, and have a blanket handy as well, so that you can use it as a pillow maybe to begin with, and then to keep yourself warm at the end. All right, so we're going to have a super chilled session. You can have your comfy socks on, you can keep your jumpers on. It's a really rainy, horrible day today. So first of all, lying down on your back, and you can bring your knees into your chest, wrap your arms over the tops of the shins and just rock from side to side. Now taking a full deep breath in, filling yourself up. And a long, slow breath out, just emptying yourself. And a nice, easy start, just extend your left leg to the front of the mat. You can relax the leg once you're there, and you can circle your right ankle. That's it, and then circle it the other way. Just freeing up a few of the joints before we start. And let your right knee move over towards the left side. Think about your right shoulder pressing down into the mat here. You fill yourself up, as always, with the breath in. And empty yourself with the breath out. And then we'll come back, bringing the knee back into your chest. And just changing legs. So you can bring your left leg in and extend the right leg away. You can circle the left ankle, just getting into the ankle joint there, seeing how the knee feels and how the hip feels. Circling it the other way. Just letting your knee fall over towards the right side now, into the twist here. And filling yourself up with the breath in. And emptying with the breath out. And then coming back onto your back. Hug both knees in again. You can have the arms tucked over the tops of the knees. Interlace the fingers and press your palms down towards the chest. Again, if you like rocking from side to side, you can do that. And then into a happy baby, just holding onto the outer edges of the feet, squeezing the thighs down. Long breath in. And a long breath out. All right, releasing the legs, take the feet straight up to the sky. Again, you can point and flex the feet. You can do little circles with the feet. And keeping your right leg in the sky, just bend your left leg. And you can take your hands behind your right calf and just gently start to draw the leg in towards your head. So just thinking about the hamstring a little bit. If you flex the foot, feel like that you're leading with the heel, might help you just to get a little bit more space. Try and push down through the back of your right hip. Feel the stretch. Let the breath flow while you're here. Okay, drop into all the sensations of that right hamstring. And anywhere else that you're feeling it, maybe the back of the knee, maybe the calf. And then you can extend the left leg back up to the sky. And bend the right leg, put the right foot flat down onto the mat. And again, you can hold the left calf hold the left calf with your hands. Draw the leg back towards your head, flexing your foot, noticing if that feels A little bit more with the foot flexed. Maybe you can catch hold of the outer edge of the left foot, squeeze down through the back of your left hip. And let all your awareness drop into the sensations in the back of that left leg. Notice where you feel it, try and relax. And then taking the right leg back up to the sky. Hugging both knees into the chest again. See if that feels a little bit better. And into a bigger twist now, both knees squeeze together, and we'll let both knees fall to the right side. And let your eyes close, have your face straight up to the sky. Let's focus on your breathing for a moment. Maybe taking 3 more breaths, noticing how the shape changes. So it always starts in a certain place for me. And then as I stay there a little bit longer, it changes. The sensations change. Maybe they sometimes even go into a different place. Just watching that, being mindful of that. And then bring the knees back in, and we let them move over to the other side. Have your knees close to your shoulders, or to that left shoulder. Once you're there, gaze straight up to the sky. Try and feel the right shoulder blade on the mat. Relaxing your face. Let the breath flow. Notice if it changes, if the sensations change. One more breath here. Okay. Now just roll up, so you can take your right hand over towards the left side to pick yourself up to seated, and then bring the mat, if you like, if you're using a pillow, come in a little bit further forwards, and then come to your wall. To get nice and close to the wall, I turn to the side, so you can put your left hip against the wall, and then as you start to lie down, you can swing the legs up to the sky. Again, it doesn't matter if you can see me or not, and it doesn't matter if I can see you. Good. Once you're comfy and you've got your hip bones touching the wall there, you can just let the legs relax against the wall. Let your hands rest on your belly. And let your eyes close. So you might already feel sensations in your legs. Focus on your breathing. And notice whatever's happening for you. As your breathing gets more comfortable, gets slower, then think about pausing at the top and the bottom of each breath. And once the breathing is established, then maybe you can, again, bring your attention, your awareness to the legs. the fluid running down the other way. It's giving your heart a rest. If you do need to shake your legs at any time, you can. Otherwise, just relax. See if you can be here. You feel the whole spine resting on the floor, especially there in the lumbar back. Feel yourself melt into the floor. Take one more breath here. Now just pointing your toes. You can rest your hands flat down onto the mat and then push down through your heels, keeping your legs straight. See if you can just lift the hips up. Your feet will slide up the wall a little bit and then slowly lower the spine down, controlling the journey down. So try that again. You're pointing your toes and squeezing the belly button down as you exhale, and then maybe you can slide the hips up as the heels go up the wall, and then slowly surrender the spine back down, controlling the journey up and down. The last time, pointing the toes, belly button draws back as you exhale, push down and then up through the legs, hips lifting up, and then controlling the journey back down. Good. Okay, then you can bend the knees and bring the feet flat onto the mat and just stay here. Hopefully you've got enough space to be here. If you do need to take your hips back a bit, then you can. Otherwise, holding it here, breathing in and breathing out. Maybe you feel all the blood flowing down around your feet and your lower legs. Keeping the feet flat on the floor, you can just let both knees fall to the right side so that the feet stay pushing against the floor. Against the wall. So you're back into the twist. You feel the feet pushing on the floor, on the wall, sorry. See if you can move your left sit bone towards the wall. So that's like creating space from your left sit bone and your left rib cage. So just looking for a bit more space there. Use the feet into the wall to help push into. So I'm going to bring the knees back in, keeping your feet on the wall, keeping contact with the feet on the wall, and then just letting the legs move over to the other side, and eventually they'll fall out to left leg on the mat or on the floor there, keeping your feet flat on the wall. Yay, I said it right. Right shoulder blade down on the mat. And again, once you're there and comfortable, try and move your right hip towards the wall. And if it's all too tight for you, you can always move away from the wall a little bit. Use your core now to slide the feet back against the wall. So back into the center, and then you can slide the legs back up to the sky. Okay, give the legs, the ankles a little shake. And across your right ankle over the top of your left thigh now. See how it feels, but you're going to bend the left leg, bringing the sole of the foot flat onto the wall, If you need more space, if this is too deep for your right hip, just wiggle away from the wall a bit. Once you're there, hold it there. Maybe you can swing from side to side. And be quite relaxed about it. If you can drop into the right hip, be mindful of the right knee. If you need to use the wall to push into a bit, yeah, to try and find some other stretch somewhere else, then go for it. I'll take one more breath here. And don't be here in pain. If you need to move away from the wall, move away a little bit. And keep the shape of the legs. And you can let your left foot slide over down towards the floor, keeping the foot flat onto the wall. Okay. And then try and have your right foot flat on the floor. And once you are there, you can try and push your right knee away. So you got your left foot flat on the wall, you got your right foot flat on the floor on the left side, and then seeing if you can find space here down through the outer right hip, IT band. For some of you that will be not too much of a stretch, and then for some of us, including me, this is a big stretch. So breathe into it. Taking your right arm back down onto the mat. And then sliding your left foot back. Oh, keeping the shape, you have to use your core muscles to do that. And then you can extend your right leg up to the sky. Maybe just let the right leg rest there, nice and straight. And then you can slide your left leg up to meet your right. Okay, bring your left ankle on the top of your right thigh. This side's going to hurt. Take a breath in, try and relax here in this shape. And a breath out. And then slowly you can start to bend the right leg. So this side might be different to the other side, certainly is for me. Try not to let the sacrum lift off the floor, which is what my sacrum is trying to do right here. So you could rectify that by moving away from the wall a little bit. And then check in with your left hip. If you wanted to do some gentle rocking from side to side, you could. If you're happy here in stillness, then relax. And let's let your breath flow. In a yin style, thinking about relaxing into the joints rather than firing up the muscles today. Take one more breath here. So keeping the shape, slide your right foot over towards the right side, keeping the sole of the right foot flat onto the wall. Your left foot will eventually touch the floor on the right side. And once you are there, your right foot's keeping your left foot in place by moving, feeling the knee and the outer left ankle. And then you can use your left hand to try and create a bit more space there on the left side, so pushing that left knee away. Just relaxing into whatever you're feeling. I said this is intense for me, but for some of you guys it might not be. Again, you're thinking of the left hip moving towards the wall. Try and relax into the stretch rather than fight. And then you can extend your left arm back out to the left side. And then slowly start to bring the legs back. Try and keep the shape, use your core. And you can extend your right leg back up to the top. And notice how that feels. And then you can extend your left leg up to the sky. Good. Maybe give the feet a little wiggle. From here now, start to open up your legs towards the sides. So hopefully you've got enough room either side of you here. And just see how far down feels good to go. You could have hands here on the outside of your legs to stop you going down so far. So you could rest your hands on your belly and let your eyes close and then see if you can relax here. If you did have blocks and the legs were low enough for the blocks to catch hold of the legs for you, you could plant them underneath if you don't want to go too low. Then try and relax, try and surrender, which is quite a hard thing to do here in this shape. Relax your inner thighs, relax your hips. Let's let your breath take you away. You might feel your legs slowly start to get a little bit lower. Try not to freak out. You will be able to bring them back up. But gravity is just helping the legs to stretch. Take 3 more slow breaths here. If you do need to bring your legs up, give them a shake and then take them back in, you can. And just continue to relax, to breathe deeply or breathe mindfully. One more breath here. And so if the legs have opened a little bit wider than what they normally would have done, it's a good idea to have the hands to help draw the legs back in. It might be longer to go than normal. Good, give the legs a little shake if they need it. So now your legs are straight up onto the sky. Cross your right leg all the way over your left now, and then bend the knees. And then move your feet over towards the left side. So you've got this eagle legs and into a twist. So you should be able to feel your left foot flat onto the floor, and perhaps your right ankle is below your left foot. So after that wide hip opening, now closing it, breathing into the space. If it's too much with the legs crossed, don't go down so low. You can even put a block underneath the right leg, or underneath the left leg, sorry. Breathing in. Breathing in. And take one more breath here. So make sure that you're drawing your belly button back, engaging your core to swing the legs all the way back. And let's keep the legs crossed and just let them fall to the other side. See how that feels here. So now the left foot is still the flat foot on the floor, and your right foot is kind of hovering. It's squeezing your left knee down. Breathing in. Breathing in. The same thing, is a good idea to keep the core strong, drawing your belly button back, and then bringing the feet all the way back. I've wiggled closer to the wall. And now extend both legs up to the sky. And then take your left leg all the way over your right, so it's like cross-legged, and then bend the knees. Okay. And we'll let both knees fall towards the right side. So now you've got your right foot flat onto the floor. Flat onto the wall. I don't know why I can't remember that. And once you're in a place where you can relax, just let your eyes close, let your face relax. Breathe into any sensations. So again, if you can draw your belly button back, just engage everything. So you're not using your back too much to bring the legs back to the center. And then we'll keep the legs crossed as they are, but just let them fall to the other side now. Yeah, so the sole of your right foot is flat on the wall. If your right shoulder needs to lift a little bit, you can do that, but your left leg is squeezing your right knee down. Long breath in, and keep your eyes face straight up to the sky. And a long breath out. Drawing your belly button back, engaging the core muscles, and then swinging the leg all the way back to the center, and extend both legs up. You can point and flex the feet again, just see how that feels. Wiggle the hips a little bit. And then bend both knees, have both feet flat onto the wall. Breath in. And as you breathe out, draw your belly button back, push down through both feet, and then just lift the hips up. Try and keep your heels grounded on the wall. And then slowly lower the spine back down. So, and I just want you to do that in your own time for a few more breaths. Feel the feet rooting into the wall. Feel your glutes and hamstrings working as you lift your hips up. Feel the spine work its way up and down the mat. Notice where you're strengthening, or the firing up all the back body, some of the front, depending where you get to. And where are you stretching? Just enjoy the journey. Take your time. Notice what you're feeling and where. And use the wall as that resistance to push away to, or away from, or into. Maybe coming into your last one. Once the sacrum hits the floor, bring the soles of the feet together and knees open. Let the feet slide towards the hips, and then just let yourself relax here. And so it's a Supta Baddha Konasana. Don't worry if the heels come apart. Just try and find where you can let go of all the muscles, especially as we just work them then. Eyes closed, jaw relaxed, face relaxed. See if you can let go. Make any adjustments that you need to make. Take one more breath here, one more moment here. Then our last pose against the wall. You can slide your legs all the way back up to the sky, bringing the knees back in, shaking out whatever you need to shake out. And then just put your feet flat onto the wall so the knees bend, and then open the legs to the side, keeping the knees bent. So open the knees away from each other. Try and keep the soles of the feet flat on the wall, and just let the knees open. Feel the whole lower back flat on the mat. And where can you relax here? Eyes closed. Drop into your hips. Again, notice how the pose changes. Take one more breath. Hopefully it feels okay just to be here that little bit longer. So you, again, as earlier, you can use your hands to bring the knees, the legs back in. It's quite a big stretch. Creak those legs back in. Extend the legs up to the sky. And keeping your legs straight, use your hands to support you as you lower both legs towards the right side. See where you get to, just kind of feel your heels on the wall. Trying to keep the legs straight, don't worry if they bend. And then think about your left sit bone moving towards the wall. Maybe you even feel it against the wall. But that it doesn't matter if not, but you're moving towards that direction. So you might not be as close to the wall as I am. And that's fine, but you're just finding the space between your left hip and your left rib cage. So if you want to bend your legs to bring them back up, you can. So there's a little less pressure on the back. And then taking the legs right back up to the sky, and you can lower the legs down now towards the left side. Use your arms to control the journey down. And if it's too much, don't go so low. You can always bend the knees like we did earlier. You could have pillows underneath your left leg. And think about the right sit bone moving towards the wall. So now bringing your right hand over towards the left side so you can come up to seated for a moment. And coming onto your mat and using your blanket now as a blanket. Lying down onto your back. If you want a little pillow underneath your knees, you can. If you want a pillow underneath your head, you can. So you can get yourself really nice and comfy and cozy. Create a nice little cocoon for yourself. And once you're in a nice comfy place, so find a position that you can be in for a moment. So let your eyes close, let your face relax. Notice the practice. How does it feel in your legs, in your hips, in your back, in your face? We'll take a breath in all together. Just open your mouth and exhale, let it go. Now breathe in for 4, 3, 2, 1, and then hold your breath for 2, 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath out for 1, 2. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath for 1, 2. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your breath out for 2. Keep it going, but maybe increase it to 5 for the inhale and exhale. Pause for 3. Sticking with that rhythm for the next few moments. If you find maybe you could extend it to 6, then go for it. All your awareness, all your focus on your breathing for the next few moments. Allow the breath to guide you inwards. You might feel like drifting off somewhere, but try and stay with your breathing for a little bit longer. Riding the wave of your breath. Maybe you eventually don't need to focus on the breathing anymore. See if you can kind of glide into a relaxed place. Find some peace and quiet just to rest in for a moment. And although I've gone quiet for a moment, I'm still here. Allow yourself to drift. Keeping the eyes closed, you can start to breathe a little bit deeper. And slowly awaken your body, moving toes, moving fingers. You'll take a long, lazy yawn in your own time, reaching your arms up and over your head. And eventually roll to the right hand side. You're welcome to continue in your Shavasana if you wish. Keeping the eyes closed, come up to seated to face the front. Sit in any shape that feels good. Once you get there, bring your palms together, thumbs into your chest bone. One big closing breath to finish. Inhale through the nose. And open your mouth, exhale, let it go. Namaste. Wishing you a restful rest of the day. Hope you feel like you've had some time out. Your body feels like it's had some care and some loving. Have a lovely rest of the day.